Alright, let's quiz ourselves. Let's see what happens. When elements of a set are given using the set roster notation, the order in which they are listed, let's think about it. I know the answer. It does not matter. Alright. And I'll give you guys some time to answer the next one. Alright, did you get it? Real numbers, right? The set of, well, formally we would say the set of all real numbers. Okay. Next one, I'll give you guys some time. Alright, did you figure it out? It's the set of all rational numbers. Alright, now it's your turn again. Alright, you figure it out? It's the set of all integers. Alright, I'll let you figure out the next one. You get some time. Alright, you get it? It's the set of all x such that, and let me expand this, and you just say your function p of x, and I'll explain all these answers right now once you finish this quiz. Alright, number 6. I'll give you about 30 seconds. Alright, you get it? It means every element in A is an element in B. Alright, then our last one. So our last one says, given sets A and B, the Cartesian product x cross B is, so let's see, put this right here, oops. So is the set, so notice that most of everything we're doing contains set in it. So it's a set of, remember, all order pairs such, well, I don't want to say such, let's just say all order pairs, and then you write out the pairs. And then where A is in A, so I hope you guys remember this, where A is in A and B is in B. So what is there to know about this quiz that we just learned about it? Just finish our quiz. So when elements of a set are given using the set roster notation, the order in which they are listed does not matter. And I want you to remember this is one of the definitions. So in higher maths, knowing your definition is crucial. And I want you to remember that this is part of a definition too. So if you knew your definition, you know the answer. And this one too. And these are definitions too, except for this last one. And so I told you to remember all these, not because I wanted you to have to take this quiz or something, you know. I just told you because those are some of the most important things of the section. And so let's take a look right here. Real numbers. Remember what I told you how to remember that? Real, put real. The quotient one, Q stands for quotient, which is the same as rational. Or we could have put, remember, QR. If you watched my videos, you remember. Z, Z for Zen, Zintegers. Remember I said put Zn. So that was 3 right here, we figured out. Remember what I said, that this means such that, the little line right here. So we could answer that part, such that px. Alright, but how would I know what to put before that? And so you gotta know what we're talking about. You know that this says the outside of the brackets are sets, so we know that we're talking about sets. So the set, you know, this middle part's talking about such that the function. So we know that it mentions x, so all we need to really know was the mention of all x, such that p of x. And if it doesn't give you any specific numbers or anything, you know it's going to be for everything. So the set of all x. So we could break that down into 2 sections, and to remember it. So I'm going to use a different color. So that first part says the set of x such that p of x. So let me do this one. So that first part says the set of all x. And then the last part says such that p of x. So try to remember that, because that's pretty important. Write it out symbolically, write it out a couple times, write it out a lot. Alright, let's look at this one. When elements is a set are given using a set roster notation. You guys remember the set roster notation? That's when we use this. The order in which they are listed does not matter. And you remember our axiom, right? I told you remember axiom. Axioms are like definitions, except they're the basis of a definition, because they're the root of everything. So if you remember our axiom, we remember that it does not matter how we list our numbers. We could have our numbers 1, 2, or we could list the same numbers in a set 2, 1, and it would mean the same thing. Alright, so let's look down here. For set A to be a subset of set B means that every element in A is an element in B. And so, what's that mean? So let's say we have 1 and 2. and this is 1 and 2. Then this would be a subset of it because it has every element as in A and B. So that's all that's saying. And so if you were to remember drawing those diagrams, so if you want to practice this one, draw some diagrams and remember their definitions. Always study definitions. That's 1, 2, 3, 6, about 6 problems we could have solved just knowing the definitions. And this one is part of the definition too, the number 5. But that one's a little harder because it takes knowing how to read the set right here. And so the last one here says, given sets A and B, the Cartesian product AXB is a set of all pairs A, B, where A is in A and B is in B. And this one I really emphasized in the video. And the reason why is because the importance of using it. So, all ordered pairs. Remember I emphasized that all ordered pairs where A is in A, which is the elements, you guys can remember, is in means the elements, where the elements of A are in the set A and the elements of B are in set B. So it's saying all the elements contained in this set or order pairs are contained in the set A and the set B. And so you could think of it like that. This is more of a tangible way to understand it. So I hope that this video helps you guys to know where you're at in terms of this course and where you need to be focusing at, studying at, especially knowing your definitions. Like I said, knowing your definitions is really important. And if you're taking this course in class, depending on your professor, they're going to emphasize you knowing definitions. Some might emphasize you knowing the symbols. Some might emphasize you writing things out, like right here, how you're writing things out. Some might not give you anything, and you write it out yourself. And some might more focus on the computation, kind of stuff like we did over here, where I'm showing you like, oh, show me this, show me that. And so this is probably a general feel for where you're at. And keep studying, because if you messed up in this video, I highly advise you to go back and watch the videos again for this section, because it means you're not prepared or ready for the next section and the following sections, because we're going to be using this later on in the book. So I hope this video helps you guys, and I hope that you guys know where you're at, and I hope to keep making videos for you guys, because I like making these videos. This next video I'm hoping to make it on some examples for this section, so you guys could have a little more practice. And so after finishing those examples I show you, hopefully you could come back and take this test and pass it, since we're going to be using a lot of symbols and the similar ideas we're doing right here. So thanks guys, and can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye.